Before I get into my SmackDown Live review, I want to let you all know that I did upload early today my vlog for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. As you all know, I was there in Brooklyn for the event, and I vlogged about it. The stuff that I did that Saturday in New York, it was me and Walter, and it's already up in the archive, so whenever you get a chance, give it a watch. If you enjoy the other vlogs that I've done in the past when it comes to me going to a wrestling event, like if it will be like a WWE show, Ring of Honor show, you will enjoy this vlog. I promise you all that. So whenever you get a chance, it's up in the archives. Go give it a watch. I'll even have a link down below in the description box. You can watch it later on in the day, what have you. Okay, SmackDown Live tonight for August 21st, 2018. This was the post SmackDown Live after SummerSlam, right? And for some reason, on commentary tonight, I know it was Tom Phillips who's saying this, right? Oh, welcome to the special edition of SmackDown Live. Literally throughout the whole show on commentary, they were saying the special edition. And I'm sitting here like, Motherflower, what was special about this week's SmackDown? Don't get me wrong, it was not a bad episode of SmackDown at all. I actually did enjoy it. But I want to know, what was so special about it? The fact that, hey, this a WWE show for the fourth night in a row that's taking place in Barclays Center? I mean, was there any main roster call-ups? No. I want to know what was so special about it. I'm still wondering what it was. Because to be real with you, yes, it was a solid to good SmackDown, all the fuck you want. But it just felt like your regular Tuesday night edition of SmackDown. There's nothing special about it. It had, arguably, what I thought was a good main event between the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. We had, finally, Becky Lynch vent out her frustrations. We had the involvement of the wives between Brie Bella and Maurice. It's a family feud, Motherflower, I'm telling you right now. And so much more, guys. As always, I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. Your thoughts on SmackDown Live. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Give me your thoughts. Or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet throughout all these shows. SmackDown Live, Raw, NXT, Impact, pay-per-views, and above all else, with all you crazy motherflowers out there on social media. Also, they did make officially the first match for Hell in a Cell coming up in literally a couple of weeks. Mixed tag, Motherflower, mixed tag. So the show kicked off with Miz. He came out with Maurice, and he tearfully announced his retirement, right? He was literally, this guy had tears. He tried to make tears come out of his eyes almost, right? And he literally revealed his retirement. People were going crazy for this. People were chanting, yes, yes. And he pretty much said his retirement from ever fighting Daniel Bryan. And he literally, again, that was the punchline again. And he talked about, again, how he beat Bryan, how it took literally one punch, how Bryan claimed he was going to punch him in the face at SummerSlam, but yet it only took one punch from The Miz to literally lay out Daniel Bryan and beat him. Again, as you all know, at SummerSlam, The Miz did use brass knucks, helped by Maurice, to beat Daniel Bryan, the power of the punch. And honestly, I know Regal started that years ago, but I would not mind seeing The Miz showcase once again or bring back the power of the punch. Just saying, right? And you think about it, right? There's a connection there. Regal did train Daniel Bryan, right, many years ago. And think about this, Miz using something that Bryan's mentor once made a big deal. The power of the punch, the brass knucks on Daniel Bryan. Bryan comes out and he calls Miz a coward constantly. Called him a coward, coward. And literally all that Miz is a B-level actor trying to portray a professional wrestler, cosplay a professional wrestler. And Maurice then gets on the mic and literally says that, you know, Bryan should just retire again and rename himself Daniel Bella. But all this, again, Bryan talking about how he never gave up and how he's still here and how he vows to be Miz again, what have you, even though he didn't do it at SummerSlam. All this led to Brie Bella coming out because you heard the Brie mode. I know that was terrible. I hate that theme song. I just do. Brie comes out and just right away goes into the ring. It looked like she's about to attack Maurice, but then Maurice is hot, leaves the ring. She leaves the ring. Miz in the ring, and literally Brie Bella punches the Miz like multiple times. And you see literally Maurice and Miz just try to get out of dodge, but then Bryan makes an announcement that at Hell in a Cell, per page, it's going to be Miz and Bryan again, but this time it will be not just them two, but it's going to be Maurice and The Miz versus Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. Listen, this is a family feud, okay? Imagine, your family having some sort of hatred towards a neighbor next door, another family, right? That's literally what this is. Don't be surprised. 20 years from now, the saga continues. Monroe Sky versus Birdie. I'm just calling it right now. And the finale of a Mae Young Classic or at a WrestleMania. Mark it down, motherflowers. This family rivalry from the people that gave you the Flair versus the Hearts. We present to you the Mizanins versus the Danielsons. It's fucking bound to happen, motherflowers. I mean, it's a match made to happen. Honestly, you add the wives in. It is what it is, honestly. It should be a fun match for what it is, but we'll see. We'll see how this shit goes. You think about it, too. Yeah, Maurice would have faced Nikki Bella at WrestleMania like a couple years ago in a mixed tag team match. And now she's facing the other Bella, Brie Bella, in another mixed tag team match. Interesting how things play out, right? We then get Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. I'll be real about it. I felt like this is the match we should have seen at SummerSlam. I really, really do. Here's the thing about this match. For what it was pretty solid. They referenced the fact how, they've known each other for almost 16 years, and, how this is not a side that Hardy knows about Randy Orton. And there's a moment in this match, and again, Hardy did not have gauges on, right? He has literally his gauges free open and shit. And Orton just grabs onto this shit. You get that graphic, you see people just going insane, oh my god, how gross is that, right? And all this again led to Hardy snapping. He low blows Randy Orton. He just literally kicked him in the crotch. The referee called for the bell. Again, Hardy snaps. And they're fighting towards the outside, the ring. They go into the crowd, and Hardy hops on a crate, on some of the crates, the backstage crates, and does a swanton bomb onto a table on Randy Orton. This feud is still continuing. I feel like, honestly, if you really want to do a Hell in a Cell match, because of their history, you can definitely do a Hell in a Cell, I feel, with Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Why the hell not? There's a history there. These two guys have faced off in the past. Why the fuck not? I'm just saying. Renee Young is interviewing backstage the bar, and they talk about literally how they want to be the next challengers in line for the tag titles. And then they get interrupted by Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And you know what? It was them doing a little comedy sketch. But it looks like we're getting that match next week. The Bar versus the Club. Who do you side with? The Bar or the Club? God damn it, yo. It should be a fun match, all the hell you want. We then get a women's match. We get Peyton Royce versus the return of Naomi. Naomi, who's hiding catering all this time, right? And I'll be real about it. This match really did nothing for me. I'll tell you this, though. I did say this on Twitter. We can imagine who's going to get a massive pop here. No, I'm not referring to Naomi. I'm referring to Peyton Royce, right? And this match, like I said, it did nothing for me. No one gave a shit. The Iconics tried to, poke fun at Naomi before the match even started. No reaction at all. All you need to know is Peyton Royce pinned Naomi after bridging a fisherman suplex. There you go with that. And you kind of think about it too. Peyton Royce didn't need the win. And no, I'm not talking about because the fact that, hey, she got involved in an altercation with Dave Meltzer. She really didn't need the win. She'd been losing and losing and losing. So it's good to see the Iconics, or a member of the Iconic, them for that at least, the better portion of that group, if you will, getting a W here on SmackDown Live. Backstage, we see Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods try to inquire about Big E's, tape ribs, and they ask if he's okay. But Big E thinks they're talking about the barbecue that he's eating. 'Cause literally, Big E's eating barbecue ribs, And they talk about how they're back in Brooklyn, the same building where their longest reigning tag team title run happened years ago, and how they're back here to win the belt again and become WWE World Tag Team Champions, right? I'll be real about it. When I saw Big E eat the ribs, I was craving Chinese food. Just saying. We then get Becky Lynch coming out to the ring. Probably for a lot of people, the big moment of the show. Becky Lynch comes out of the ring. She cut this heel promo, right? People were cheering Becky, but she talked about how, even if you're cheering me, where were you guys when I wasn't getting what I deserve? You know, where was my hashtag justice for Becky? It was nowhere. And she talked about how Charlotte took away her moment. Literally. How she took away her moment. How she's supposed to be the champion right now. How at the end of SummerSlam, it was supposed to be about Becky Lynch, not Roman Reigns, not Seth Rollins, not Ronda Rousey, not Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch. But instead, Charlotte took away her moment. And when the referee counted to 3, it's when she realized that, no one really cared about her, nor Charlotte, anybody. And Charlotte comes out, and they start this brawl. Like, Charlotte comes out, takes the belt down, takes out her jacket, and they start brawling, right? They start brawling. It got to a point where Paige brought out every single woman from the SmackDown women's division to break this up. Here's the thing about it, okay? I felt like her promo came from the heart. Do I feel like she's a heel? No, I don't think she's a heel. Granted, yes, I understand they're in Brooklyn still. It's New York. It's that Northeast smarky crowd that will give this a positive reaction. Keep this in mind. Next week, they'll be in Toronto, or they'll be in Canada. Bizarro World, by the way. Bizarro World, where I guarantee you Becky Lynch will still get a positive reaction. But I feel like she's not a heel. She is a frustrated babyface. That's what it is. Like, it's like this. It's like with the Shield literally last night. People were wondering, are they heels? And reality is, I don't know. I think they're tweeners, but we'll see. But I think with Becky Lynch right now, she's a frustrated babyface that wants what's hers. What I did not like, though, I'm going to say this, and again, you all might give me shit for this. I just wasn't digging the delivery of the promo. That's just my opinion. Also, this whole segment where they're brawling and they have the women come out, I hated the fact, okay, Asuka, who was not even on who was not even at a SummerSlam booked for a match, not even booked on SmackDown Live, but she comes out, you bring her out there to separate the women, to separate Charlotte, who beat her at WrestleMania, and Becky Lynch. You bring out Naomi and Peyton Royce, who had a match moments ago, to break this up. You bring out Zelina Vega and Lana in opposite sides to try to break it. I just hated that notion. I just hated the fact that we had Asuka out there breaking people up. You had Naomi and Peyton breaking people up. You know, they had a match like moments ago, like nothing ever fucking happened, right? Like, if you think about it, right? If you're Naomi and you got hit with a fisherman suplex, you should be in fucking pain. You should not be right away breaking something up. I'm just saying. It's a small detail that I always talk about in professional wrestling. But you can say, hey, they'll probably do a match of Hell in a Cell. We'll fucking see. But honestly, again, I think Becky is a frustrated babyface. She's not a heel, if you will. You can say Charlotte's the heel, but we'll see how. You think about it too. When you think about it, Charlotte hasn't spoken yet. So you would love to hear what she has to say about all this. Granted, she probably did back through interviews, but I want to see what she says on TV. So we'll see how that goes leading up to next week. We get Rusev and Lana versus Andrade, Cien Almas, and Zelina Vega. The rematch from the kickoff show. This I'll say this was better than their match from the kickoff show, but it doesn't really say much, really. This match literally ended with, it looked like Andrade was going to get the steel chair, but Aiden English comes out and literally stops it, which caused Rusev to hit the Machka kick on Andrade, and then hit the accolade where Andrade tapped out. Listen, as much as I'm not with the idea of them losing, at the end of the day, you think about it, Andrade and Zelina Vega had multiple wins over Rusev and Lana, so eventually Rusev and Lana had to get a win. So there you go with that. And it looked like Rusev and Aiden English and Lana are all back on the same page, so it seems like, but we'll see. I just want to know, where does Andrade go from here? Where does Zelina Vega go from here? Where do the two of them go from? That's what I wonder right now. I hope it's not in a downward spiral. I hope they bounce back from this because again, I do like the duo, and we'll see what happens. We get Nakamura cutting a video promo proclaiming himself as an American hero and welcoming everyone to the United States of Knock America. Knock America, motherflowers. Welcome to Knock America. I'm just saying right now, it's pretty cool. My only question as well is with Nakamura, where does he go from here? Can you think about it? This whole Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton thing, in between them two, who is next in line to face Nakamura? That's the question. Who do you put? Who would you like to see Nakamura face next? Who would you want to see Nakamura defend the U.S. title up against? We'll see. We'll fucking see. Renee Young is ready to interview AJ Styles on the ramp. They had a little stage, which I thought was great. I thought it was cool. You're bringing it back to back in the day, if you will. And AJ Styles says he doesn't regret how he treated Samoa Joe at SummerSlam. And he talked about how, literally, if Joe ever mentions his wife again, that he will, indeed, break Samoa Joe's head off. Joe comes out of nowhere, right? And he attacked AJ Styles. He literally choked him the fuck out. And he then gets on the mic and says, "Hey, Wendy. Hey, Wendy." That should literally be a shirt. "Hey, Wendy." Just saying. Should be a fucking shirt. He talked about Daddy won't be home to say bedtime story because he's already gone night-night. And then drops the mic. They have to do another match. I said Hell in a Cell. You do a Hell in a Cell match between them two where Joe finally wins the championship. It needs to happen. I think everyone right now wants to see Samoa Joe as WWE champion. And the last thing you really want to do is make people wait even longer after Hell in a Cell. Make him champion while he's hot right now. Don't get me wrong, Styles had a great run. He's broken the record, the longest reigning SmackDown champion, WWE champion in SmackDown history. But I think it's time for him now to drop the belt, in my honest opinion. But we'll see how that goes. But we'll see. Then Paige confirmed that Becky and Charlotte, backstage after this, right? Paige confirmed that Becky and Charlotte have been escorted from the building, and AJ Styles getting medical attention. Carmella shows up and demands her rematch. Right, she demands her rematch for a one-on-one against Charlotte, but then our Truth interrupt. He thinks he can get a title match by pinning Carmella. Apparently, it's kind of like the meme now, I guess. Right, pin Carmella, and I think it's funny. Right, I think honestly it's funny as all hell. But eventually, though, again, Paige politely kicks him out, but then gives Carmella next week her rematch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So next week we're getting Carmella and Charlotte. Maybe you could even say that, again, I think it'll be stupid, it'll be dumb as all hell, if Becky costs Charlotte the championship here. But we'll fucking see. We'll see how this goes. But next week we're getting Charlotte and Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Then we got the main event. We had the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the rematch from SummerSlam, but this time in a no disqualification match. I thought honestly it was a fun match, crazy back and forth here. There's a moment where the Bludgeon Brothers do like a crucify powerbomb move or like something like that on Kofi Kingston on a ladder, and he just bounced off the fucking ladder. There's a moment as well where I thought this was funny as all hell, where Eric Rowan told Luke Harper to slap him like 3 times and shit, right? He got a kick out of it too. And he goes to like literally throw him while Rowan has the fucking mallet on his hand, ready to attack Xavier Woods off the security rail, right? And he misses and he goes right through the fucking rail. Goes right through it. And the match literally ends with Xavier Woods. Again, it literally ends with, it looked like Luke Harper was about to powerbomb Xavier Woods, but then Kofi grabbed the mallet and it hits Luke Harper. They put him on the table, and then Xavier does the elbow drop, and he goes through the table, hits Luke Harper for the 1-2-3. So now the New Day are once again tag team champions. I understand what's going on. I understand that Eric Rowan needs surgery. There was a way to write him off, so it made a lot of sense for them to switch the belts tonight. I get it. From here though, I feel like we're back in the same cycle. I feel like It's the New Day. It's the Bar. Even though they're finally back. But we'll see how things go. Because we haven't seen the Usos in a while as well. So we'll see how things plan out. But again, I thought overall this episode of SmackDown Live was an enjoyable show. I did like it. It was better than Raw in my opinion. But we'll see how things go into next week. Again, we're getting Carmella versus Charlotte for the title next week. Will Becky Lynch interfere and get involved and cost Charlotte the championship? We'll see. But the Flowers, as always, give me your thoughts down below in the comment thread of this video. Your thoughts on SmackDown Live. If you liked it. If you not liked it, let me know. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. If you have not yet, go out of your way. Check out my day in life vlog from TakeOver Brooklyn 4. It's up in the archive. I have a link down below in the description. Give it a watch. And that's all I'm going to say, guys. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time with the Flowers, it's me, it's Steve, and I am out like Janet's titties. Peace out with the Flowers.